Shit kind of tight. All right. What's up, y'all? My name is Johnny, and this is an exclusive. Um, as you guys probably already know, P Diddy was arrested for some crazy things, for some crazy, um, just over the top type things. And one thing that's trending right now on social media is 1,000 bottles of lotion. Everybody agreeing that like that's crazy work. Like, I mean, this dude was over the top with it. But we're not going to talk about the charges right now. If you want to leave your comments, questions, because I know a little bit, and I got my laptop here, my MacBook. So let me fire it up. I can ask questions, answer questions, and things like that if you have questions. So um, we're going to talk about P. Diddy because I thought about it for a little bit, and I probably will get into like some of the charges and things like that at a later show. I kind of touched on it last night when I made the announcement, but I thought about it. Should I really talk about like the charges and things like that? But I mean, I don't want to get into like a back and forth with people to be like, did it happen? Did it not happen? Is the people just trying to get paid? You know what I'm saying? The whole thing, like with the R. Kelly, like we do protect our black entertainers, especially if they good at what they did. You know what I'm saying? But there are some things there that's crazy, and to be honest, I really don't know how to go into and talk about some of the things like that are being allocated. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really crazy. Um, hiring people like sex trade, taking young girls across all that stuff. But we not gonna get into that. That's for you to go in, do your own research. If that's what what I'm saying, the topic you want to get into, that's cool. But I got a little bit of time here today, and what I was gonna get into was something other than that, something beyond, um, or just not. I'm not gonna say like beyond, if it's the right word to say, but something that's not being talked about enough. I don't think it. Some people have touched on it, like it hasn't gone under the radar, but it's not talked about enough, and that's kind of what I'm gonna touch on today. And whew, all right, so with that thing, let me get a little bit of drink over here. Nothing bad, but what I'm saying, it's probably something I should be drinking in the morning. But but I have my coffee. We're gonna talk about the holding on or preventing people's career. That's my main thing about with Puffy. Him and some other people, and I am not gonna say it mentioned like everybody who I think or there has been rumors to be a gatekeeper in the industry. So to break it down, what I'm saying is like, okay, so like say like Cassie, you heard her come out with a hot song. A lot of people don't even know this. Like Diddy had nothing to do with that song. Like that song and Diddy, the creation of that song and Diddy didn't even go together. They had nothing to do with each other. That song was made by her former manager, who was just trying to put her on MySpace and see what her song can do. That's what that was. Nothing more, nothing less. And it started blowing up. And then when Diddy heard it, because he was in the creation, he was creating Bad Boy, they was getting hot and stuff. He needed something different. When he heard it, he immediately like tried wanted to buy it, promised Cassie her career, and took it from her original creator, and they blew it up. But yeah, he had nothing to do with that song or the sound of that song. But and then this is my point. He only really let her bring out one song. I like that song. Like I can still play that song as a DJ. I could still play that song, but you don't recall like Cassie having like a slow song or a mid tempo song or any of that. Like this dude really like took people's career and like smashed them and like halted them. Like, nah, you ain't finna bring out nothing else. You know what I'm saying? In fact, so much he even like recently he did it with his son. His son was supposed to do some music for one of these. Uh, I don't know if it was Empire or I know it definitely wasn't the one with 50 Cent, so it had to probably be like Empire or something like that. But his son was supposed to do a few songs and even act on the show, and Diddy wouldn't let that happen. You know what I'm saying? And now, even to today, you don't know nothing. You never heard nothing about Diddy's son rapping except for that diss song he did against the FBI, which was probably dumb. Because soon after that diss track they had put out where Diddy was chasing her through the, like, it was like a day afterwards. As soon as he put out that diss song and it started getting rotation, like people started like, well, maybe this, maybe that. They put out that hotel joint. It's like we he dropping CDs. It's like P Diddy dropping CDs. They put out that hotel joint and the day afterwards. Like ain't that crazy? Like the FBI they just like they wanted to let people know before something like that built up and like a lot of people be behind Diddy. They like, yeah, maybe the FBI is fucking with him. We don't like the FBI. They actually put out leaked evidence and they haven't really leaked no evidence other than that. Like, and I'm gonna touch a little bit about not the charges, but what they did, FBI. They went in this house and they found video hours and hours and hours and hours of videotape. Because they said like these freak offs, they said they used to last for hours or days, and a lot of it was recorded. So Diddy had lots of recordings. That's all I'm talking about that. So I had to tie that in to say, like, it's crazy. Um, Craig Mack, that's another star. Like I wanted to hear some more from Craig Mack. Like that dude, like he had flavor. And those two might not have went together. I don't actually know if Craig Mack, because Diddy, you have to understand, Diddy was never a person that go in there and make the beats. He had producers doing that, and then he'd come in there and dance off of him, and he'd get him hyper. He'd give him more advice on how to make it more like hip hop ish or whatever. But he never was in there, not to my knowledge, like tapping on boards and telling rappers what the. Matter of fact, he couldn't rap. A lot of his raps had to be written for him, so he couldn't rap. So Craig Mack went in there, he flipped the beat, and that was like my childhood. That was a big portion. This is what I'm trying to get you all to understand. Like something like that was a huge part of my childhood. When that beat dropped, doo, doo, and then they did a remix to it, and the remix was damn near just as good as the original song. Like that was the era right there where you had an original song and you had the remix come in, and the remix was just as good as the original song. That was the pinnacle of that era right there. And then like R. Kelly really took it over, you know what I'm saying, and really elevated to where he'll put out a song and the remix would be better than the original song. That's how music was that good back then. You know what I'm saying? Um, but anyway, here no there. Um, Tupac. Like, if it's true that he was the one who put out that hit, like that mean he stopped us from hearing more Tupac music. Do you understand how? And like I said, with even like with Cassie and Craig Mack, those songs being a part of my childhood, if you could only, you can't even imagine. You can't really even imagine on no type of scale how big Tupac was to a lot of our childhood. It's a guy to go around right now today, got a nice ass car, I think it's a Jaguar, painted green, and every day he played Tupac. Every day, every time you see him ride, he played Tupac. That's how Tupac songs get played today. So imagine how huge that was to somebody's childhood. It kind of makes sense now. So if Diddy was a person, my thing is going viral right now. I'm going viral right now on Instagram. It's crazy. So imagine him being the gateholder and he decided to stop Tupac's career. Like I wanted to hear more from Tupac, and we did because of Lost Archive, but I wanted to hear more from Tupac, more of his catalog, more of what he had to come up with, more of what he had to say. And if Diddy had anything to do with stopping that, that is insane. Like you really, that in itself is really dark and hateful and deep and demonish because you took something from somebody who we really, really, you know what I'm saying? You basically played a god in to say like you black people can't hear and white people can't hear more of what this man has to create as an artwork, as a motor of the culture, as a saver of the culture that was starting to lose depth in the way they spoke and stuff like that. So you really took that away. And then rumors are about Biggie. Like we're not even gonna get, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you had something to do with that, and the crazy part about it, and I'm gonna wrap it up because I have to get ready to go. We're gonna continue this. The crazy thing about Biggie, if you had something to do with Biggie, like I wanted to hear more of Tupac and Biggie. I like Tupac a lot, true indeed, as far as an artist, but I wanted to hear more of what Biggie had to say and the stuff that he's creating for that time period. He was that time period. One more chance dropped and everybody went crazy. And that was a remix. See what I mean? That was a pinnacle on when you could drop a song, come back, drop a remix, throw Mary J. Blige on it, throw Faith Evan in it, and it's a hit. And throw that sample they put in there. And that's a I could play that anywhere. Weddings, rap battles, one more chance to play anywhere to this day. So if you had anything to do with stopping us from hearing more of what these two men had to create, that's crazy. What's that one dude? Whoa, whoa. Like he really stifled his career. No, you can't come out. There's a lot of female. They did females a lot, and that's what's gonna end up coming out. Like Danity Kane, Cassie. Like he did men like that a lot too. And it's like you couldn't. The locks. They'll tell you he took a lot of money. Mace. I'm gonna get out here, but I'm just gonna say those four artists right there. If he has something to do with stopping any of their careers, and the locks already said he did, like he's the only producer who never made nobody else around him a millionaire or wealthy. They always claiming that they was broke. Mary J. Blige started with him, but she had to get away from him. Jodeci, He had all these careers in his hand, and the ones that really stood out had to get away from him. So we're gonna leave it with that, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. Leave me your comments, how you feel about it. Um, we're gonna replay this on a couple other platforms. So make sure y'all check me out. I'm Johnny, and this is Johnny on the Spot. I'm out. Peace.